Do you ever wonder what those big flags on a yacht mean? Why are they those flags? You go to a marina, walk around anywhere, you see these flags on every single boat has a flag. Today we're going to go over that. What does it mean? All these yachts have different flags. Welcome back to another Monarch Monday. You'll go to the boatyard or you go to a marina and you see these wonderful flags on the back of a boat, or this is on the stern, this is the bow, this is the stern. And you see these flags on the boat and you're wondering, what are those flags for? What do they mean? So I'll put it in layman terms. Imagine you buy a car, and to make the numbers easy, you buy a car for $100,000 and you buy it in New York. And you gotta go to DMV and get it registered to get your tags. They may charge you, and let me know in the comments below, if you're in New York, $100,000 car, what do you pay to get it registered? 10%? If you do, that's what? That's $10,000. Or if you lived in Florida, it's what, 7%? So, based on where you are in this country, the cost of registering that car will change significantly. That's number one. Number two, the cost of maintenance. When I lived in New York and in Maryland, we had inspections and emissions. Every year, you got to bring, every 2 years, you got to bring your car to this place, and they put something in your tailpipe, they run the emissions, and there's a cost to it, and it's every year. No, that's just having a car in some states. Some states have it, some states don't. But it's a cost to you each year to have your car registered, to have it renewed. It is an inspection and emissions. What if you can live in New York and say, you know what? Arizona has the lowest inspection and lowest tag system. And you can just go to Arizona, and they might charge you, maybe say they charge you $1,000. Or I say some other state. Let me know below what your state charges. And you'll do it, wouldn't you? I would. Because rather than spend $10,000 in my state, I can spend $1,000 somewhere else, I would do it. Because I have less maintenance, less cost. It's the same car. That's per yacht. So when you see a flag on the back of a yacht, it's called FOC, Flag of Convenience. So remember that, Flag of Convenience. And what it says is this: I am an owner, I live in the US, and rather than pay taxes on this boat in the United States, I'm going to pay taxes based on a Jamaican flag or a Cayman flag or some country in the world that helps me. Look at it this way. The owner has decided that based on where I am, that country gives me the best opportunity to run my boat. Whether it's the cost of it, or two, it could be my crew. For example, if I want to have a French chef or an Australian engineer or a Jamaican captain, and I have a boat which is an American vessel, I may be restricted with all those employment things. But if I have a flag from Jamaica or the Cayman Islands, hey, I can have a crew of 10 from 10 different countries, and it's natural, it's fine. So it's a flag of convenience. It gives you the most convenience to operate your yacht. The cost for renewal is less because it's not taxed in the United States. It is taxed based on that country. And that country can do an exception for you. So how does this work? You want to build a yacht. When you want to build a yacht, you tell the shipyard, hey, I'm building this yacht, and I'm back towards Jamaica, and I want my yacht to be under the Jamaican flag. And so the Jamaican flag has rules as to what should be done with the yacht, which is the survey and everything else. Or you want to do Cayman Islands, or the Isle of Man, or British Virgin Island, or Bahamas. You may have noticed I've only mentioned English countries or countries that were British colonies, and because maritime law is largely based on English maritime law. So most of all the countries that actually issue those flags are ex-British colonies. So the three things. One of them is lower operating cost. Each year you have to renew your registration. Some countries have a lower cost of registration. Two, less stringent. Some countries say, look, if you have this yacht, you must do each year certain inspections. Some say, you don't have to do it. So you pick a country that fits it. If your yacht is, you have a large yacht and it charters each year, each week, or 10 days or 7 days for $1 million, then your flag will be more strict. So it really depends on that. And lastly is the labor laws. It allows you to have more flexibility in labor laws. So you have which countries are popular. If it's a commercial vessel, you'd have Panama, Liberia, and those countries. If it's a luxury vessel, it's the Marshall Islands, or Cayman Islands, or British Virgin Islands, or Jamaica. So each country tend to have a specialty as to what vessel they're best at. So I'll go back to my car example in the United States. You may find that based on where you are in the US, some states have more flexibility to what you have. It's the same with flags. So the flag on a vessel is not at all where the person is from. It is where the yacht is registered. And below the flag, the name of it, you will see, for example, Jamaican flag, Kingston, Jamaica. Or you might see something Georgetown, which is Cayman Islands. So you have different countries based on what flag that is. So where did this thing really start? It goes back to drugs, right? Money. So go back to Prohibition. During Prohibition, the people were smuggling liquor from Cuba, the Caribbean, rum, up to the United States. And the US would try and seize those vessels because they could. So people say, you know what? Let's get a flag from Panama. And so therefore the US has no jurisdiction over this flag. And so the Panamanian flag became very popular as a way during Prohibition to avoid US seizing their goods. So the rum could be shipped up from Cuba or from the Caribbean without the US Navy saying, hey, you're bringing alcohol into the United States of America, we're going to seize your vessel. Now, on a same topic of flags, you may see on a boat a bunch of flags all over. And it goes way back to the days when people used binoculars and see, and they were actually almost like a language. So I could actually spell my name just using flags. And so to be a seaman, you would have to actually know what letter of the alphabet that flag belonged to. It's not as popular anymore because people just, it's no longer needed, but it was a way of signaling to someone your intentions or communicating. So there was no telephone to call, but somebody could see you, you could spell out your name with flags to tell you. But today's topic primarily is about what's on your boat, what flag is on your boat. And so if you go to a marina, you see a lot of Bahamas, Cayman, and Jamaica. On the much, much larger vessels, or the mega yachts, it's the Marshall Islands, the Isle of Man, and also the Cayman Islands. Some flags allow more variances. For example, I said earlier, some flags insist that your boat should be inspected every 2 years. And it should take it out of the water and inspect it. Some flags don't. So if you have a boat that you want to keep in your backyard and go fishing with your family, you get a flag that says, you know what? I don't want to do all those things. It's just me and my boat. If you have a boat you want to charter, and it's a boat that charters for, let's say, $500,000 a week or more, it may make sense to get that flag on your boat because that country will also supervise your inspection of what it should do. So that's on flags. Simple, flag of convenience. It's what convenient for you. Thank you so much. Add to the comments, if you bought a car in the US and you bought a car for $100,000, what would it cost in your state till the car registered. Thank you.